Hi, we'll be starting with a very important topic called as e-invoicing. As we know, with the advent of technology, the need for human intervention has reduced day by day. E-invoicing is one such concept. In e-invoicing, the invoices are automated, generated by the GST portal, and automatically reflected in the returns. With help of this, since it is in real time, the chances of tax evasion is reduced. There is a seamless claim of credit since it is automatically reflected everywhere wherever it is needed, and it can be much more secure. Let's understand the concept of e-invoicing and how does it function. Firstly, e-invoice is a invoice generated electronically. Okay, so e-invoice is an electronic invoice. This invoice is containing a IRN number, a invoice reference number. So whenever the invoice is generated, it will have a specific IRN number. It will also have a QR code, something that you see on Google Pay, Paytm, etc. A QR code which is digitally signed, which can be easily located that this is a genuine e-form, that is a genuine invoice. Okay, here how does it work? The dealer, the seller, the supplier will, in his accounting software, maybe it could be Tally, would have his invoice. When he's generating the invoice to his customers who has purchased the goods, he will be generating the invoice. There he will have an option that generate e-invoice. So when he goes for the option generate e-invoice, it will be automatically integrated with the government portal, the GST portal, and the name of the government portal that they've set up is invoice registration portal. So what happens? Your accounting software is connected with the invoice registration portal. Once it is automatically inbuilt, it is called as API, application integrated system, where in your accounting software this GST portal has been integrated. So what happens whenever you create a e-invoice, automatically from the GST portal you will get a QR code and you will get a reference number. That is it. Then your invoice is valid and you can distribute it to your customers. Only an invoice which contains the IRN number and the QR code is considered to be a valid invoice. Here we will see what it looks like and everything, but let's get the provisions cleared. On only a registered e-invoice is considered to be a valid invoice. Unless the mechanism, all B2B transactions and export invoices are generated through this system, government system of GST, which is called as a IRP, that is a invoice registration system, and obtain a reference number called as invoice reference number. So let's say if I have made a sales, okay, so the accountant will go to his Tally software or whichever software he is using. His Tally software, he will go and select that generate e-invoice. This in the backend will contact the invoice registration portal. The invoice registration portal is a portal created by the GSTN network, the Goods and Service Tax network, that is the government GST network, which will generate two things. It will generate a IRN number, which is a specific invoice number, and a QR code, and that is it. Your compliance has been done. It will be considered to be a valid e-invoice. Now what is the benefit of this? Moment you IRN number and QR code is generated, it will automatically be reflected. Okay, it will automatically be reflected in your returns of not only the supplier but also of the purchaser. So what happens, you don't have to go and rekey it. तो अगर मैंने एक बार अपने अकाउंटिंग सिस्टम में डाला, मेरे रिटर्न्स में ऑटोमेटिकली आ जाएगा. बायर की भी डिटेल्स दे दूंगा, सिंस इट्स B2B, तो परचेजर की भी डिटेल्स होगी मेरे पास, तो परचेजर की भी डिटेल्स में आ जाएगा कि आपने इतना खरीदा, आपने इतना पे किया. सो इवन द परचेजर कैन देन क्लेम input tax credit of the taxes that he has paid, because the purchaser must have paid along with the GST. So the tax that he has paid, he can also take a ITC. Isn't it a good system? Where moment I generate the invoice, it gets reflected in my returns. Otherwise, there used to be a time gap. Previously, there used to be a time gap between your invoice generation and your returns. ठीक है. So during this time gap, there could be chances of discrepancy, there could be delay, there could be fake invoices generated, there could be a lot of manipulation due to delay. Now what is happening, this has been abandoned, or government is trying to stop this manual intervention and now going to e-invoices, which automatically, moment the invoice is created, it will get reflected in your returns. And then the person also can take the credit, input tax credit. So it's a very good system which gets reflected, automated, everything. So now you see, with the advent of technology, everything is getting automated. Let's see what kind of invoice does it look like. Okay, firstly, this is one of the biggest and the foremost reason, one of the biggest reforms in GST with respect to invoicing. So once the invoice is made, then you again rekey and put it in the returns. So there used to be time gaps and there could be fake invoices and everything. And right now what is happening, you create the invoice, automatic reflection in the returns, not only of the supplier but also of the purchaser. So of the supplier files his returns in GSTR 3B, तो उसमें भी रिफ्लेक्ट हो जाएगा. और परचेजर की भी रिटर्न्स फाइल होते हैं GSTR 2B एक्सेट्रा, उसके अंदर भी रिफ्लेक्ट हो जाएगा 2A एंड 2B. ओके, तो रिटर्न्स ऑफ सप्लायर एज वेल एज द रिटर्न्स ऑफ द परचेजर में रिफ्लेक्ट हो जाएगा. नाउ लेट्स सी व्हाट काइंड ऑफ अ ई इनवॉइस डज इट लुक लाइक. सो दिस इज द QR कोड दैट विल कम इन. ओके, always the invoice original copy is given to the recipient को original copy मिलेगा. now दोनों की ही GSTN numbers होंगे, details होगा, address होगा. now this is a IRN number which I told you. तो गवर्नमेंट की पोर्टल का क्या नाम है for generation of e-invoice? IRP, Invoice Registration Portal. IRP से क्या generate होगा? IRN नंबर. दिस इज अ रेफरेंस नंबर. अब ये रेफरेंस नंबर भी कितने डिजिट्स का होता है? दिस IRN नंबर इज ऑफ 64 डिजिट्स. इट विल बी अल्फा न्यूमेरिक एंड will uniquely identify the invoice issued. So computer systems recognize numbers much better, and with the numbers alphanumeric, you can very well locate the invoice easily. Okay. So how do you generate the invoice number? I just told you, go to the IRP and then do it. And then IRP portal will generate a digitally signed QR code which looks something like this. So it's a very simple concept. Just go in your accounting system. अगर e-invoice create कर रहे हो तो automatically सब जगह reflect हो जाएगा, और एक automatic invoice ऐसे करके मिल जाएगा तुमको from the GST portal, which will have that IRP portal, which will have a reference number also, and this can then be given to the buyer, seller, whoever you want, transporter, etc. Clear it now? So it's a very simple concept. Then just as I told you, if I just repeat it, the steps of generating your e-invoice. सबसे पहले तुम्हारा invoice तुम्हारे system में होगा. That invoice you will go and you will say that you want to generate a e-invoice. You will say that the invoice their option will be given in your tally that whether you want to create a e-invoice. You have to go for yes. Automatically it will create in JSON format. There's JavaScript. This you don't have to get into the full form. So the files will be in JSON format of all such invoices. This you don't need to know. I'll tell you what it is. So as your images कौन से format में होता है? Images images are in JPEG format. Do you need to know JPEG का full form? No. So same way your PDFs भी होते, certain documents are in PDF form, some are in Word forms. This will be in a secured form called as JSON, JavaScript. Okay. Once that invoice is made, then you will go, that automatically the software will do it. Then you will go to the invoice registration portal, upload the ISON file. That invoice will automatically be converted into ISON file, which will then be uploaded into the IRP portal, which will generate a IRN and QR code, and then your invoice is valid and you can give it to the buyer and seller. Now, e-invoice के benefits क्या है? Now, why did the government get into all this? I told you. So there are multiple major benefits. First is ऑटोमेटिक होता है, जैसे तुम इनवॉइस जनरेट करते हो रिटर्न्स में आ जाता है. सो देन द परचेजर हु हैज पेड द जीएसटी कैन ऑल्सो स्टार्ट क्लेमिंग द बेनिफिट्स ऑफ द टैक्स पेड ऑन हिज परचेजेस. सो ही कैन स्टार्ट टेकिंग क्रेडिट इमीडिएट बेसिस. देन देर इज नो नीड टू सेपरेटली अपलोड द इनवॉइसेस. सो एक बार ई इनवॉइस आ गया तो सब कंप्लायंस हो गया, देन अगेन रीकीइंग की जरूरत ही नहीं है. Real time tracking, because moment you do it, automatically it will hit and reflect everywhere, including the GST portal, e-way bill portal, etc. So real time basis पे तो जैसे generate होगा सब जगह आ जाएगा, including the returns. It easier invoices in multiple softwares. Okay. Then a quick return filing process. We understood that it helps in the returns as well. Some more benefits, it will help टैक्स इवेजन. बिकॉज क्या होता था पहले, मैं इनवॉइस जनरेट किया, गवर्नमेंट विल ओनली कम टू नो व्हेन आई फाइल माय रिटर्न्स. सो देयर इन ड्यूरिंग दिस टाइम गैप व्हेन यू हैव इशूड द इनवॉइस एंड यू फाइल योर रिटर्न्स, देयर वर चांसेस ऑफ मैनिपुलेशन, फेक इनवॉइसेस एंड लॉट ऑफ डिस्प्यूट्स एक्सेट्रा. सो विद दैट, सिंस you file the invoice, automatic returns are filed, it will have lesser disputes now. It will enhance the efficiency, interoperability. Here it will have automatic updation. This is the most important part. Automatically updated in your returns, which is of the supplier and of the purchaser also. I could call it as a recipient. GSTR 2A and 2B में automatically आ जाएगा. And also in e-way bills if it is being filed. E-way bill concept is going to be taken later on. It will eliminate processes of compliance of invoice at the end of the month, since करने की अभी जरूरत ही नहीं है, ऑटोमेटिक होने वाला है. Substantial reduction in ITC verification issues. Now there is not going to be an issue in ITC verification, since everywhere it is hit together in real time. And this is a ease of compliance. According to me, this will be the future, and this is how it is always going to be. First, government had mandated, we will see on when it is applicable, to companies which had a turnover of 500 crores or more. Only for them it was mandated that only they have to create these kind of e-invoices. Now they have said 100 crores के नीचे 100 crores तक जिसका भी turnover होगा, turnover whoever has of up to 100 crores have to mandatorily go for e-invoice. Now latest they have brought it down to businesses which have turnover of 50 crores or more, have to mandatorily file e-invoices. So now government is slowly going to reduce this limit to making it in future mandatory for all. Now we are seeing the application, as I told you. Let's read this applicability very well. Okay, and market is important also. Firstly, from 1st April 2021, e-invoicing will now be applicable for businesses whose annual turnover is 50 crores or more in any fiscal year from the financial year 17-18 till date. मतलब 17-18 से लेके अभी तक अगर कभी भी तुम्हारा टर्नओवर 50 crores or more है, that means e-invoicing is mandatory. So it's not saying your last year, they are saying 2017-18 financial year के बाद में कभी भी तुम्हारा 50 crores के ऊपर का टर्नओवर गया, So it is possible that in my 2017-18, my financial, my turnover was 60 crores. E-invoicing is mandatory from today. From 1st April 2021, it will be mandatory. From all the invoices from 1st April 2021. Applicability के लिए कब देख रहे हैं? 17 से लेके अभी तक अगर आपका एक भी बार अगर 50 करोड़ के ऊपर गया तो आपको 1st April onwards ई इनवॉइसेस जेनरेट कर रहे हैं फॉर एवरीथिंग. क्लियर? पहले ये लिमिट जो आई टोल्ड यू इट वाज, नाउ इट इज 50 करोड़. बिफोर दैट इट वाज 500 करोड़, देन इट वाज 100 करोड़ एंड नाउ 50 करोड़. So government is going to reduce the limit and trying to get as many businesses online and automated invoices as possible. Now, some businesses have been exempted from following the e-invoicing facility irrespective of their turnover. So even in 17, 18, 19, 20, 2021, unka turnover is above 50 crores. Irrespective how much it is there, they are exempted और उनके लिए optional रखा है. E-invoicing is not applicable from them as per the CBIC notification on number 13/2020. Insurance companies, banking companies, financial institutions, NBFCs, GTAs, okay, registered person supplying passenger transportation services, Ola, Uber, okay, then registered person supplying e-invoices by way of admission to the exhibition of cinematographic, supplying services by way of admission. So maybe your Inox theaters, PVR theaters, SEZ unit, a departmental, a government department or a local authority. All this, they don't have to follow the e-invoicing facility. And that is it. We are done with this topic.